This is what it's like inside one of the most understated performance cars, in my opinion, that has ever been made. So getting into this Audi RS3, you are immediately reminded that you are in a special car. Continuing on the understated theme that this car has both on the exterior and interior, there's not a whole lot going on. You have basically everything you need where you need it. It's just really, really good in my opinion. So starting with the main touch point of your car, the steering wheel. This steering wheel, to me, completely perfect. I wouldn't change anything about it. The width is perfect. The shape with this flat bottom is perfect. It looks really nice. Again, it's super simple. You have a couple controls here for the infotainment. And kind of the star of the show for me is this Alcantara finish on the sides where your hands are going to be for the majority of the time you're driving. If you see my channel, you know that I used to have a 2019 SS 108 Camaro. When I'm driving this RS3, it kind of just reminds me of what it was like to drive that car. The Alcantara, honestly, it just makes you feel like you're in something special. It really sets the driving experience apart from my S3, which I had previously. The steering wheel, 10 out of 10. Wouldn't want to change anything. Absolutely perfect. Continuing throughout the cabin, we do have some Alcantara accenting as well. We have it in the doors here. We have it on the shifter. And again, that Alcantara just makes it look and feel like you are in something special and you're not just in a normal kind of A3 or even S3 when you're driving around day to day. We also have these carbon fiber accents on the inlays and some on the dash here. And again, this is just another addition that is there to remind you that this is a special car. And in my opinion, it looks absolutely incredible. Love the carbon fiber. In terms of the overall quality, while we're looking through the cabin here, if you're familiar with the A3, S3, a lot of this stuff is shared, but in my opinion, like even with the A3s, this stuff is really, really nice. There's nothing that feels cheap throughout the cabin here. The controls all feel really, really good. The buttons have a nice kind of feedback when you push on them. The the buttons on the steering wheel here, they all feel really, really nice. They don't have a cheap feel. This car was expensive when it was brand new, but if you're buying an A3, you're going to be getting most of this stuff shared with the S3 and RS3. So this stuff, really, really nice. The vents here, they are manually adjusted for opening and closing. Everything that is, all the main touch points throughout the car, they feel really, really nice, really high quality, and I really wouldn't want to change anything, to be honest. Now, let's talk about the digital dash in this car. This, for my S3, was an optional upgrade. I think with the 2018 RS3, this actually was an option as well. I definitely wouldn't have bought this car without the digital dash, but this is something that some people were a little worried about, I remember early on in this car's life cycle, about this digital dash and the worry that it might become dated or aged. This car is 7 years old, guys. This looks like it could be put in any modern car, in my opinion, and it wouldn't look out of place. It doesn't look dated at all. It does exactly what you want it to. It has different views you can cycle through. I like it with a big tack in the middle here. It's really sporty and aggressive. But this digital dash is absolutely incredible, even in 2025. And for the next 10 years, I don't think, or I can't see this digital dash getting overly dated or looking or feeling old when you're driving around. Moving on from the digital dash, though, we have the infotainment. And this is something in this car that definitely is starting to feel a little dated and show its age. The good thing, though, if you have a 2018, or if you're looking at buying an RS3 or S3, I believe, if you have a 2018 and below, you do have the option by pressing this button here to close this screen and get it out of the way so you don't have to look at it while you're driving. You can do this when a car is in park, in accessory mode, but from 2019 and above for the remainder of the 8V generation, you can't put this screen down while you're driving. That was something that drove me crazy in my 2020 S3 because sometimes you don't want to look at it. You don't need to look at it. I'd rather have the clean dash here. I know in the TTRS, you don't even have an infotainment screen there. Everything is on your main digital dash here. So the ability to close this on the 2018s, chef's kiss, in my opinion. Now, my favorite part of this interior, the entire interior, it's really, really nice. Going from my S3, my 2020 S3, that was the Technic trim, that was the highest possible trim here in Canada. It had the upgraded sport seats, which looked like the RS3 seats, but they weren't quite there. But in my opinion, these seats, these diamond stitch seats, the black with red accented stitching, are the star of the show. In my humble, subjective opinion, guys, these might just be the nicest seats in any modern car. Let me know in the comments if you disagree with me. I know some people are really, really big fans of those M3, M4 seats, but I think these seats overall look and feel absolutely perfect. I wouldn't change anything about them. You know, before I bought this car, and when I had my S3 actually, I would dream of these seats. They look so freaking nice, man. They're comfortable. You know, they're not the most comfortable seats in the world. It is a aggressive sports car, even though it looks like a grocery getter. This is still an RS car, guys. And these seats are probably the largest reminder to me and other people looking in that you are driving an RS car. But that's it, guys. That is the interior review of my 2018 8V RS3. This is the quality, the interior quality of a 7-year-old Audi. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you want more RS3 content, if you're interested in fitness content, I do post that as well. Thank you very, very much for watching, and I will, like always, see you guys in the next video.